Hi everyone, I'm Echoes and I'm a Vtuber. So, I didn't expect this to happen like as usual on time, but looks like we can react to the final episode of Gundam Witch from Mercury as usual. So this is the final episode of the first season, and holy moly, do so many things happen. There's like so much to go into before the next core. So I'm really looking forward to breaking that up, down all that for you. So yeah, let's get started. So in the beginning, we pretty much recap to what happened in episode 11 with Mirina and Solita being separated because of the barrier. And you can see that Solita is trying to meet up with Mirina, but they're blocked. And then Sophie realizes that Solita is there and realizes that Solita can't talk with her because she's not obviously in her mech. And obviously she's trying to find Ariel because that's their goal. They want to take it back because Shadiq wants it. Says you can't hear her. And then pretty much Sophie barges in and tries to force Solita to get into the Ariel. Otherwise she'll die. And a lot of explosions happen. See that Mirai is thrown back. Solita is possibly in danger. And then what's her name? The lady from the Pale group is trying to make everyone else escape. And it's like, why are you putting Ariel into battle right now? It's important to rescue them. But it what Prospera says here makes sense. That the girl will come to us because as long as they have the goal, which is the Ariel, they'll always be the target. So it's just best to wait for them to come. It's way easier that way than to find them themselves. After all, the Ariel's here. Keep marching on instead of running off. That is indeed the title. We'll skip the opening because it's exactly the same. No major changes from what I can tell. Everyone's in danger. And pretty much it looks like Sophie is going on a rampage here, I think. Yeah, I believe so. And then Guel's father is trying to defend the base using the Delanzas. He says he'll pilot one. And also he's going out because he doesn't want Shadiq to make fun of him, which makes sense. I'm surprised that the guy doesn't want to evacuate. But I guess he's the type of guy to, I'm going to put everything in my own hands. I don't trust anyone else to do that. And then a lot of people are trying to rescue Delling. You can see that, yep, Norea is rendezvousing with the other Earthians in order to defeat the enemy here. And then you can see that Sophie meets up with Norea in order to say that the witch hunters are coming, keep them occupied, which makes sense. You need help, don't hesitate. And yeah, you can see that both of the girls are pretty much super independent from each other. And then you see here is where Delling meets up with Mirina as Mirina is trying to meet up with the others, and she's like, "What the heck are you doing here?" And he's like, "Why are you dressed like that? You should evacuate." And then she's like, why are you worried about me?" Priorities, man, priorities. Yeah. So now they're getting closer. Don't let them escape. I believe these are the either Grassley or the Grassley. No, they're not the Grassley suits. They're I think they're the Jiturk mobile suits. I think it's one of them. I'm not sure which one. You can usually tell by their appearance though. And then no, these are the Grassley ones because they can use antidote. That's right. So I think so far only the Grassley suits have that capability. But there's actually some important information revealed here. This is mostly the fight. I'm not going to go into all the details. See, so before Sophie was at permit score 2, and then she increases to permit score 4. Oh yeah, and also something I forgot to mention was that when she uses permit score, she also has the red lines. So it shows that Soletta is still the only one who doesn't have it for whatever reason. Score 4. And because the thing is that something they mentioned here is you can see that she also suffers the side effects of using the gun format here, of not being able to breathe. She's still alive and everything. Into isn't working. So that thing only works up to score 3. So it looks like that is also something that Prospera figured out, was that the permit score, as long as you go above what the antidote can handle, you could pretty much negate it for whatever reason. So as you know, as most of you already know, Soletta can go up to permit score 6, I think. So because she definitely is anti-antidote from what we can tell, and then Soletta, what's the word? And then this lady can go up to permit score 4. So she's able to go enough to be anti-antidote. And I'm pretty sure Prospera somehow has her hands with the Earthian terrorists in some way, as otherwise they wouldn't have the capability of going into such high permit scores. It's like impossible otherwise. And it also looks like this is their racism, spacing to pollute the earth and ran your one to talk. So that makes sense. Because of the whole racism thing. And then you can see that the Earthian mercenaries are trying to get in. And then Scylla's trying to get to the hangar. Oh yeah, this part's important, where Dowling protects Murine during the explosion. And you see that he's critically injured, and he's like trying to save her. Don't you dare, you can't die. Choose the option, and also this is what he says, choose the option with the best odds of survival. So maybe it's his military background saying that, but also this point here is that's what Notret would do. And Notret is Murade's mother. So if you think about it, a lot of what Delling does, as much as she may have hated him, he and her mom, looks like, decided to protect Murade together. That if anything happened, at least one of us should. Yeah, should like either stay alive or try to find a way to protect her in some way. And she says, I don't want excuses. Why don't you both escape? Why didn't you both escape? So it looks like maybe Notret, the mother, sacrificed herself to let the father and daughter escape. The point is that as long as one of them was alive, if both can be alive together, at least one is better than nothing at all. She says that you could have just said something. Yeah, her father's very bad at communicating, can you tell? But yeah, it makes sense though here. Where you can see, in a way, we realize that Dowling is probably the one that was carrying out of the fathers. We just didn't know it because he just barely ever talks with her. But anyway. But you can see that he changes faces when in front of his daughter compared to when he's in front of the Venerate group. Earth and Mercury keep going. They lost the tracer. How could they? And then they say they gotta run. And you can see that this girl's hyperventilating. And we see here that because of the fact they use physical bullets, is what shows that they're Earthian mercenaries. I'm not sure how she knows that, but yeah. And also you can see that the enemy right here, right, Sophie, is planning on killing them all, including any of the ships. And then, but she recognizes the call sign because Rika is obviously part of the group. Because she knows that from her experience with the terrorist group, they will kill everyone involved. It doesn't matter who it is. And only through doing this will Rika be able to save everyone on the ship. Otherwise, everyone will die. And then she leaves. And Rika's like, oh, thank God. Like, we're about to die here. And then Nika, and then her friend right here, right? And she was like, what did you do? Why did you do that? And because she's literally like talking with the enemy. And then obviously she's like, oh my god, I got discovered. Oh no. So we'll probably see the consequences of that later. Because not only does Nika have the, she's obviously part of the group, she wanted to save everybody, but also shows that she was somehow related to the mercenaries themselves. So yeah. Station airspace, send a patrol fleet. You see that this guy is also pretty, you know, battle savvy, used to kill people. Fade. And we see here that Guel is trying to step forward a bit. And they're like, what is this guy doing? And also wants to meet up with her. And he's trying to protect the ship. Or no, he's trying to get to Soletta. And see here is that he's trying to make evasive movers. But he can't communicate with him. And we realize that who it is rather important, but we'll see at the end. And then he doesn't want to die. So using his adrenaline, he kills the pilot. And that's kind of important because he realized that who he killed was probably the wrong person, who was his father in the end. And also you can see that his father probably cared a little bit about him as much as he's a cruel guy. He's not without a heart either. And then he kills himself. Whether it's because of the fact that he's plotting the assassination or whether just better to die than be revealed, I don't know. But he kills himself because he's pretty much fatally injured anyway. You know, he literally has a blade through his heart or whatever, or chest. And then Ghoul freaks out because he's like, I, had to fight to survive, but also killed my father at the same time. And he obviously, it's crazy, you know? And Soletta's here. And then Prospera protects her daughter. She's like, why are you scared? If I haven't, they would have killed you. So the thing is that it looks like Soletta, we'll see compared to later, but Soletta does freak out. But the thing is that she freaks out the first time she does it, not afterwards. It's like, oh my god, you killed them. Yeah, right? So she has the reaction here. And then this is where Prospera says, if you run, gain 1, move forward, gain 2. So they pretty much, what Prospera does is that she says Soletta's their shared motto, right? The point is that as long as they continue to face their problems and be able to progress forward, you gain more that way than anything else. And I could have gained by not killing them. And she could have run it. But the important thing is that by fighting, I kept you alive. That's the most important thing. Because I think this sentence also has a dual meaning where perhaps Prospera, remember in the prologue where Prospera had to run away in order to survive, right? But maybe there's an instance between the prologue and now where by having to run away or not being able to do something, someone died in the process. Outside the prologue, obviously, I'm wondering if it was maybe the whole Aerie theory, but it probably most likely refers to the prologue, where she, instead of running away this time, she faced forward in order to defend the person that she loves. And she says that, and then you can see that she's scared. And she says, as long as you get to protect those you care about and you're with Ariel, you can move forward now. So in a way, Prospera is possibly brainwashing Soletta a bit. No one's going to deny that. But also, she is trying to, what's the word for it? She's trying to break Soletta's limits. She's trying to prevent her from being blocked by anything. So yeah, and then they move forward in the end. And then Sophie reaches where the Ariel is. And then you see the whole Ariel fight. Not too much to go here exactly. Besides, she fighting against Sophie, who they're both Gundam. You can see that the aerial is more fitted for space battles because the whole thrusters on the back that resemble wings. Very cool design, I gotta say. It's man, it looks like it's flying. I love that so much. That's like the coolest thing ever. That's the cool thing about mechs is that when you imagine being in mech, it feels like you're soaring through the air, even though it's like zero gravity. It's such a cool imagery right there. Flight and freedom. Gun bits. Fighting. And then the important part here is where this girl realizes that Soletta's going to fire the beam. And the beam is made of all the funnels. So it's like pretty much like a psycho funnel beam, question mark. It's like a super funnel, pretty much. Super funnel beam. And then Sophie is like, oh my god, you're like amazing. Pierced right through my heart. And then you can see that this guy from the prologue, who is the one who killed Soletta's father, and is one of the aggressive group, he says that only my bad feelings hit the mark. So he always had a bad feeling that something would happen, and thus they had to come to the rescue with the grassly suits. And then the Earthling mercenaries have to retreat. Oh yeah, this all parts. And then Soletta's like, oh, we're done. And he said the operation failed. And I'm surprised that Shadiq has no change in expression. He's like, it failed, and he's like, straight face. I'm like, that's sauce right there. And then you see Earthian Gundams of what's his name again? Elon number 5. Better not get involved. So it looks like all the sides are taking some sort of stance here. And then they're trying to and then she's trying to find the Mirine. And then we get just don't forget this. We get the post-credit scene. It's important. I usually check for these every episode to make sure I don't miss anything. See that Mirai is trying to get her father to safety because he's critically injured. And then you see that Mirene is trying to escape and protect her father. And then Soletta, what I find interesting is that Soletta specifically uses her hand to kill this dude. Like literally blood splatters all over the place. Like it's a surprisingly childish motion rather than using like a gun or one of her gun bits, for example. I found that odd was why did she kill this guy herself rather than use a gun bit to kill him? Also because of how bloody and like grotesque it was, just killing someone like that. It's so gross, right? It's like disgusting. And obviously she did to save Mirini, right? And obviously that guy was going to kill her. Or kill her father, at least. And then she's a klutz, and you can see that she's holding blood in her hand, right? And she's like, I came to rescue you with a handful of blood. And then Mirini's completely traumatized right here. And she's like, how can you smile like that? And she's like, huh? Obviously her father's okay, but she sees Soletta as a psychopath here. Where the way that she killed the guy, and then she's able to not feel anything from it. She's like, oh, I just came to save you. Killing doesn't really mean anything, right? In a way, she doesn't understand the weight of what she did. And she doesn't feel compared to like before Prospera, she, at least respected to degree, her opponents. But here, Soletta can be seen as an absolute psychopath here, where she can kill someone and smile still. She doesn't feel any remorse. So that's something we'll probably go into more later. And then the second season will continue in season 2 in April. So hope you guys enjoy that. We get this cool ending image. Very cool. But yeah, just I don't know. That was so much, right? We get we definitely get confirmed that Delling's still alive, which is good. or he's half dead, but he's not confirmed dead at least. We definitely get that Guel's father's dead. That's something that people have been hypothesizing for quite some time. And then the schoolmates are alive because Nika saved them. Even if the other guy was like, what the heck were you doing? You know them somehow? Question mark. Pretty much means that Nika may be estranged from the group because of that. Even if she knew what she did was pretty much save all their bacon. Otherwise, it would have all been crushed to death or killed by Sophie. So mostly only one confirmed major death here. Mireille doesn't die. Soletta isn't dead either. So yeah, we get, I don't know, a lot of things happening. And also Guel obviously killed his own father, which will traumatize him for season 2. So we'll see. Anyway, yeah, just a lot of things happening all at once. A super eventful episode, and we can understand why they put so much effort into it, especially with a lot of the fighting scenes. But yeah, and nobody knows what's going to happen in season 2. We can only have predictions, like, how will, I'm pretty sure Mirene and Soletta's relationship will drastically change because of Mirene thinking Soletta's a murderer, which is not wrong. She's killed people before, possibly. I don't know. Hard to say. But, yeah, it's just going to be a wild ride. And also thank you everyone for supporting me until this point for season 1. Hope you could stick around with me for season 2. Though that's going to be in a few months, so I'll be trying to fill the gap with some other types of content. But yeah, glad you all enjoyed this reaction so far. And let's, if in case if you don't want to see the other content, let's see each other again in season 2 in April of 2023. Alrighty. See you guys later, and I hope you all will have a good rest of your day.